What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about TOSHI today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It's the first day of July, and here we are at 3045. A little bit of a dump yesterday, just a little one, nothing too crazy, right? We dropped down, what was it, 5% on the day. That's nothing bad at all. Looking like we do want to move up higher, but maybe perhaps at first we move a little bit lower. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out from there. Okay, looking at the 1 hour time frame now, right now, NOW right now. It does look like we're in a downtrend on the 1 hour RSI, lower lows, lower highs, the whole shebang. Makes sense that, actually it would make more sense that we're moving up from here than we are moving down. But I would think that inevitably we do get to the oversold zone. Maybe not today, Tuesday, but tomorrow, Wednesday. If not today, like late Tuesday, but I would assume we get down there, right? Typically, downtrends end in the oversold zone. Even if we don't get oversold, we would at least convert this downtrend into a sideways trend, and before we actually start to move up, it would still be some days. So we'd have time to correct that analysis if that happens. Of course, you never know whenever you could just rip right through the roof. That's why it's important to not try and time these things precisely. Again, I don't know if anybody heard that, but that was my chair. Why does it... I can't recreate that sound, but man, I'm telling you, that was my chair. Could you hear it there? Could you hear it? You hear it? Right? It's my chair. I'm telling you, okay? I had another video that I made where I could not recreate the sound, and I felt like it was very incriminating, but that's not the point. Okay, here we are. It's the 1st of July, from a low to a high. Low to high here. Oh, right off the golden ratio too. Yeah, it would make sense. Looking at the 1 hour RSI, it makes sense that you'd find a little bit of support here. You probably come up to the 0.5 or the 382 area, you find resistance, which again would make sense as well. Lower highs here, lower highs in the RSI, and continue working your way down. If you work your way down, it doesn't mean you have to go to the 786, but that's at least what I would expect, 786 to 886. But it is possible you could find support around 3044. You're at 3045 now, so nothing too crazy, right? 786 would be down at 3043. 300437 to 3043 down at the 886. Something in there might be where you go. Given this current rate of decay that you have, I might assume this happens. When is that? Is that Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Sometime Wednesday or Thursday. That would be down at this area of 30437 to 3043, something in that range there. Afterwards, probably going into the end of the week, we should recover. We should have a very fantastic time doing so. And looking at this on a 4 hour time frame here, yeah, the 4 hour would agree that we moved down just a little bit, right? Nothing too crazy. If we're looking at this here, current price coming up, yeah, higher lows, that whole thing. We've broken out of our uptrend, coming down. That's not a good look in itself. Lower highs starting it off. Yeah, we're probably going to come down to the 40 or maybe even the oversold zone. I think it would be a good look if we found a higher low here, and if we got a lower low in the RSI that's hidden bullish divergence, we might see something like that. I think that we are looking to break out of this range. Just we might have a little bit lower to go first, and maybe we break out of it like to the downside first, and then we rip to the upside. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if we found support here above this low. Let's just see. Let's see how much sense that makes from a low here to a high there. So the 382 to the 0.5. Yeah, we go, I think 3044, maybe even just below there again. Yeah, 3043, somewhere in that area. Right there, sounds about right. And then we'll continue moving higher. 4 hour RSI does look overall relatively bullish, but that break of the uptrend has me a little bit on the downside, at least, right? A little bit on the thought of us going to the downside. Rejecting the 50 yesterday also has me, would it be yesterday? Yes, yesterday. Rejecting the 50 has me on the side of caution as far as bullishness goes. We're finding resistance here at prior areas of support, resistance here at prior areas of resistance and support. Come down, find a higher low, and you know what? Even if we do go below this low, everything's fine. I doubt we get below 304. At this point in time, I don't believe we get below 3043, but even if we do, it's really not a big deal. Soon enough, Toshi, you're going to break out of this range. I mean, you've been hellbound, man, for quite a while now, since the beginning or the middle of May. Soon enough, you're going to be ripping and running. You are finding support here at prior areas that you found resistance at prior areas you found resistance at. So in a matter of no time at all, you will be ripping and running here. Assuming that this is the low, and I very much do believe it is the low, high to low here. Come on now, high to low here. I would anticipate that we see a move in a very, very, very short amount of time that takes us up to 3067, 3073, something in that area. find some resistance, and then continue to work our way up. Maybe going into the late part of July, we will be at higher prices than this high, and then going into August, we should be reaching to break out to new all-time highs altogether. My expectation is that by the midpoint of August, Bitcoin itself will be at its next stopping point, which is going to be about 170 to 190K, somewhere right in the middle there probably, in the middle of August. I have a strong suspicion of that, even late August. With that much time, we could absolutely see TOSHI. And I would expect, however fast you move between now and the end of July, it's only going to get faster. It's going to get more eruptive, right? That tends to be how things go. And I would think that TOSHI does run all the way up to something around here, man. Something around this zone, the 2618 to the money zone here, which is at 205 to 208, somewhere in that zone. I'm thinking 007, 0069, right? Something in that zone, but probably on the upper ends here. This is what we call the money zone, and it's the money zone for a reason, right? Typically, whenever you get there, if you can get there, breaking through the 2618, which, by the way, moving up to this area is very, very powerful in itself. The most powerful moves get up to the money zone, right? It's very rare that you continue to run without seeing some kind of consolidation phase first. It's not uncommon to get to this zone. Let me explain. It's not uncommon to get here. It's uncommon to get there nonstop. It's uncommon to get there without finding resistance here, coming back down, and then coming up, right? I'm not talking about finding resistance at the 1886. Maybe you do that, and then you run up here, right? That can happen, but it's uncommon in just one fell swoop to come up for this 2618, break through it, and then actually stop here. But if you do not actually stop here, I shouldn't say that. If you do get above the 2618, it's most common. It's very, very common that you would stop exactly there. It's just uncommon to get to that zone in the first place. Does that make sense? I feel like I was being confusing. Let me try and reiterate that one more time. Let's try to say it with less words. Typically, whenever you move up in strong moves, this is like the maximum expectations, the 2618. Typically in strong moves, you go from the 1886 to the 2618, and oftentimes it's not at this level or exactly at this level, it's somewhere in between. And the off chance that you see not just a bullish move, but an absurdly bullish move, and you break through the 2618, it's absurdly uncommon to go much past this level here. Okay, not saying that you can't, but you pull back first and then you go up there, right? So I'm just saying if we are fortuitous enough to go all the way up to 0065, 00812, that would likely be a stopping point. And that's actually exactly where I think we're going to go. If not there, at least 005. But I got nothing else for you guys. Sometime in August, that's what we're looking for. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, all right? Take care of yourselves. I'm doing that snap thing that Economic Ninja does. I mean, I like to snap, but I don't want to do I don't want to copy people. I'm not trying to. It felt right in the moment. Ninja understands. I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. We don't really talk, Ninja. We don't talk at all, man. I thought we were friends. No, we are friends. Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.